Taylor Swift was dancing and having the best time during Charli XCX's performance at the Grammys while planning to release a whole diss track towards her. Let's talk about this new diss track and whether or not Taylor misunderstood the Charli song that started this all.
Now fans think that Taylor Swift clapped back with her song Actually Romantic. She said, "I heard you called me boring Barbie when Coke got you brave. Wrote me a song saying it makes you sick to see my face." Let me know what you guys think about all this, and make sure to follow to stay in the loop with all things pop culture.
The album reflects your mood, which is, I think you're probably feeling quite giddy.
Yeah.
I think you're feeling bright and happy and sweary, which I really liked in some of the tracks on the album.
Yeah.
It's big, happy pop.
Yeah.
And you're in love.
Yeah.
You are. It's kind of gross.
I just got done listening to The Life of a Showgirl for the first time, and it was low-key. It wasn't that good. I'm sorry, it was not that.
Absolutely hate it. Worst album on the planet. Y'all gotta go to bed. Like, I swear people did this for tortured poets.
You know, when Taylor Swift releases an album, the internet stops breathing for a second. And this time, when Life of a Showgirl dropped, it didn't just stop breathing. It started whispering, fast, because fans noticed something they couldn't ignore. A lyric hidden in the middle of a track called Actually Romantic.
The album reflects your mood, which is, I think you're probably feeling quite giddy.
Yeah.
I think you're feeling bright and happy and sweary, which I really liked in some of the tracks on the album.
Yeah.
It's big, happy pop.
Yeah.
And you're in love.
Yeah.
You are. It's kind of gross.
No, it's not.
It's sickeningly.
No, it's
I'm
not.
joking.
It's not.
It's lovely.
I don't know what you heard. It's not that kind of album.
No, but it's lovely and bright and happy. But it's
But it got teeth to it.
It absolutely has.
So like I'm proud of that too, because it's a full picture of like the full life experience, which for me is like there's always some element of drama that someone is forcing into my consciousness, which is fun to write about too.
A line that seemed harmless at first, until someone pointed out who it might be about. And once that theory started spreading, it was too late to put the genie back in the bottle, because suddenly everyone was saying it. Taylor Swift just called out Charli XCX.
The Taylor Swift Charli XCX drama explained. So back in 2018, Charli XCX and Taylor Swift were friends. And Charli X was even the opening performer for all 50 of Taylor's Reputation shows. In 2019, in an interview with Pitchfork, Charli was asked about Taylor Swift, and she said, "I'm really grateful that Taylor asked me to be on that tour. But as an artist, it kind of felt like I was getting up on stage and waving at 5-year-olds. Cut to 2023, and Taylor Swift starts dating the lead singer of the 1975 Maddie Healy. And at the same time, Charli XCX is dating the drummer of the 1975 George Daniels. Charli XCX drops her album Brat with a song called Sympathy is a Knife. In the song, she says, "This one girl taps my insecurities, don't know if it's real or if I'm spiraling. Don't want to see her backstage at my boyfriend's shows. Fingers crossed behind my back, I hope they break up quick." Now fans think that Taylor Swift clapped back with her song Actually Romantic. She said, "I heard you called me boring Barbie when Coke got you brave. Wrote me a song saying it makes you sick to see my face." Let me know what you guys think about all this, and make sure to follow to stay in the loop with all things pop culture.
Now, at first people thought it was impossible. Taylor and Charli on opposite ends of the pop universe. Taylor, the chart-dominating architect of modern pop storytelling. Charli, the rebellious, experimental anti-pop queen whose Brat era had redefined what it meant to be authentic and chaotic in the best way possible. These two weren't rivals. They were planets orbiting different suns. But then, as fans began piecing things together, those orbits started to collide, and one small lyric suddenly connected years of little moments, old interviews, and coincidences that didn't feel like coincidences anymore.
Okay, just finished the album. Holy shit. Literally nothing was what I expected. The Life of a Showgirl, everything I thought was gonna happen was turned on its head, with the exception of Wood. I thought that one would be horny, and it in fact was. Absolutely loved it, and listened to it about 15 more times.
Y'all never let albums marinate. I swear. Once I listened to The Life of a Showgirl, I was like, I'm going to bed now. Because what I'm not going to do is go in comment sections and be like, oh, it's horrible. I absolutely hate it. Worst album on the planet. Y'all gotta go to bed. Like, I swear people did this for tortured poets.
What looked like an isolated shade turned into something that felt deliberate, calculated even. But to understand why Taylor's lyric hit like a thunderclap, we have to rewind the timeline to a moment most people forgot about. Because years ago, before Brat, before Life of a Showgirl, before all the TikTok theories and think pieces, Charli XCX actually opened for Taylor Swift on tour. It was supposed to be a dream, the kind of opportunity any rising artist would kill for. A chance to perform in front of massive stadiums filled with tens of thousands of fans. A chance to share the stage with the biggest pop star alive. But after that tour ended, Charli gave an interview. And in it, she said something that the internet has never let her live down. She described what it was like to perform in front of Taylor's audience. And she said it felt felt like playing to 5-year-olds. Now, in context, she wasn't being mean. She was talking about how her own music, bold, edgy, and adult, didn't quite fit with the energy of a Taylor Swift crowd filled with families and younger fans. But context doesn't trend. Outrage does. And overnight, her quote spread like wildfire. Charli XCX insults Taylor Swift fans. Charli calls Taylor's crowd childish. Every headline twisted the tone. Every tweet sharpened the edge. Swifties came for her, calling her ungrateful. Charli tried to explain.
So last year, Charli released the song Sympathy is a Knife on her album Brat, and the song is about feeling insecure around a very successful woman. Fans were convinced this song was about Taylor because of the lyric, "Don't want to see her backstage at my boyfriend's show. Fingers crossed behind my back. I hope they break up quick." Charli's man, George Daniel, is in the 1975 with Maddie Healy, who Taylor was dating in 2023. So that is how Charli would see Taylor backstage at her boyfriend's show. Charli also tweeted "Sympathy is a Knife" the same day Taylor's album The Tortured Post Department dropped. So all signs were pointing to this song being about Taylor. After this song and Brat came out though, Taylor continued to show support towards Charli. Taylor gave a quote to a New York Magazine story about Charli in August of 2024 that said, "I've been blown away by Charli's melodic sensibilities since I first heard Stay Away in 2011. Her writing is surreal and inventive always. She just takes a song to places you wouldn't expect it to go, and she's been doing it consistently for over a decade. I love to see hard work like that pay off." And that was the
She said she loved Taylor. She was grateful for the opportunity. She just meant their audiences were different. But once the damage is done online, clarification doesn't heal the wound. It just reopens it for comments. And that one moment planted a seed. A quiet tension between two artists who never said a word about each other again, but who now had a shared history, framed by the internet as awkward. The fandom never forgot. Even if both women moved on publicly, the story was sitting there, dormant, waiting for something to awaken it. Fast forward to 2024. Charli releases Brat, a neon green, messy, magnificent album that dominated pop culture for the entire summer. It wasn't polished, it wasn't perfect, it was raw, loud, and honest, and that's exactly why people loved it. But buried inside the track list was a song called Sympathy is a Knife. Now, this is where things got messy, because when people heard the lyrics, they started connecting dots that probably shouldn't have been connected, but couldn't not be connected. Charli sings about jealousy, comparison, and a certain other woman. Lines like, "I don't want to share this space. I don't want to force a smile. This one girl taps my insecurities. Don't want to see her backstage at my boyfriend's show." And that's where the internet lost its mind. Because Charli's boyfriend, now husband, is George Daniel, the drummer from the 1975. And who is Taylor Swift linked to in 2023? Maddie Healy, from the same band. The fan theories wrote themselves. Was Charli singing about Taylor? Was this song about the tension of sharing the spotlight? Or about feeling compared to someone her partner's bandmate had dated? No one knew, but everyone had a theory. And theories spread faster than facts ever do.
I just got done listening to The Life of a Showgirl for the first time, and it was low-key. It wasn't that good. I'm sorry, it was not that. It wasn't, like, horrible. Like, I'll definitely revisit it. I definitely have to listen to it again. But what were they doing in that studio? What was going on? Especially Honey. That song was really bad. I'm sorry.
I just got done listening to Taylor Swift's new album. Okay, I don't want to get dragged by a second blonde lady stans. Here's my first thoughts. She is in love with that man. She is in love with that man. Like, y'all be like, it's PR. No. That's her man. This is like Reputation's younger sister. Okay, that's not as pretty as her older sister. No shade. Better than the last album, personally. I low-key think it's better than Midnight's as well. Like, if we're going Midnight's, the first, like, album, not the deluxe, just a regular Midnight's, I think this is better. I low-key don't think we're gonna get an album from her in a while. Like, something about this feels like, okay, y'all leave me the right now, okay? I just wanted more energy.
By the time the Brat album hit peak popularity, TikTok detectives were already combing through interviews, concert clips, and random tweets looking for signs of secret tension. Even old pictures of Charli and Taylor were being reinterpreted. Every glance, every smile frozen in time, reanalyzed like it was evidence in a case file. And then, something strange happened. Taylor's team suddenly pushed a UK deluxe release of her album, The Tortured Poets Department, around the exact same time Brat was topping the charts in the UK. Coincidence? Maybe? Strategic? Possibly? Intentional sabotage? That's what fans began whispering. They said Taylor wanted to block Charli from getting the #1 spot. No one from Taylor's camp ever confirmed it, of course, but they didn't have to. The internet decided it was true. Now, this is where things took an ugly turn. Because during one of Charli's concerts, some fans started chanting something vile, "Taylor is dead," in Portuguese. And instead of feeding that energy, Charli did the opposite. She stopped the show. She shut it down immediately. She told her fans, "No, this isn't what I stand for." Then she posted online, "Can the people who do this please stop? It's the opposite of what I want. I will not tolerate it."
Same story that highlighted the photo shoot Charli did with a severed, bloody hand that had a friendship bracelet on. A lot of fans thought that this was some sort of shade towards Taylor because Taylor's whole brand at the time was friendship bracelets, which were insanely popular during the Eras tour. But Taylor was still vibing to Charli's performance at the Grammys. Taylor recorded The Life of a Showgirl in summer of 2024, which means that she gave a quote to an article praising Charli and danced to her performance at the Grammys while already having her song, her diss track, Actually Romantic, made. The song is about someone who hates on Taylor so much to the point where Taylor is actually flattered by it because it's giving fan behavior. The opening lines of the song are, "Heard you call me boring Barbie when the coke's got you brave, high fives my ex, and then you said you're glad he ghosted me." And this isn't a diss track at all. It's about Charli's insecurities with comparing herself to other successful women. So if Taylor based Actually Romantic solely off of Sympathy is a Knife, it does feel like she misunderstood that song. Maybe she was really offended by the friendship bracelet shoot, but then why go and dance to her performance at the Grammys? Like, I just don't understand. This is sad though. I mean, there was a time when Charli and Taylor were singing Shake It Off together every single night when Charli was opening for Taylor on the Reputation tour. Let me know what you guys think of all of this and make sure to follow me for more music.
That moment spoke volumes. It showed that no matter how much the internet wanted a war, Charli didn't. She wasn't interested in feeding rumors or fanning flames. She just wanted to move on. For a brief second, it felt like everything would finally settle. But then Taylor announced Life of a Showgirl, and everything that was calm suddenly cracked open again. Because before the album even dropped, a rumored track list leaked, and one song title made people's jaws drop, Actually Romantic. At first, fans thought it was a love song, but then someone claimed to have seen part of the lyrics floating around online. "I heard you call me boring Barbie when that got you brave." And that single line, it set off a firestorm. Because fans immediately remembered Charli's Everything is Romantic. They saw the Mirror titles, they remembered the interviews, the Brat era, the comparisons. It all clicked. They said Taylor wasn't just making a love song, she was responding. And then things got even weirder. Gabriette, who happens to be Maddie Healy's fiancé, left a comment under a viral post that joked about Taylor's album saying, "Babe, record Actually Romantic, please." It was like everyone in that social circle was in on the joke, except the fans who were busy decoding it. Suddenly, what was once a random theory became a narrative with legs. People believed Taylor was firing back, with lyrics sharper than a knife coated in glitter. When the album finally dropped, the waiting ended, and the moment Actually Romantic hit streaming, Twitter, sorry, X, collapsed into chaos. Because this wasn't just a song, it was a message. Taylor sang, "I heard you call me boring Barbie when that got you brave. High-fived my ex, then you said you're glad he ghosted me. Wrote me a song saying it makes you sick to see my face. Some people might be offended, but it's actually sweet. All the time you spend on me, it's honestly wild. All the effort you've put in, it's actually romantic." That's the kind of writing that makes you sit up and say, oh, she knows exactly what she's doing. Because Taylor didn't deny the rumors. She didn't name anyone. She didn't need to. Her pen did the heavy lifting. And that's what made it so effective. People flooded social media with reactions. Some were laughing, calling it iconic petty Taylor energy. Others were shocked that she'd even acknowledged the Charli rumors at all. And of course, the comparison started all over again. Yesterday, it was Nicki and Cardi. Today, it's Taylor and Charli. The fandom had a new rivalry to chew on.